Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back. This is a pre-recorded educational video just for you. I did tell you some education. It's about time I started to do it. Okie dokie. Welcome back. So, education time. I did say I was going to do some education. I've just picked a token from the crypto sphere, which is called Nero Ethereum, Nero ETH. It's a kind of a meme coin. It's not one that I'm holding for any long-term assets or anything like that, but it's something to give you an idea of trading, because it's at a point where it's pumped 21% in 24 hours. Remember, that's what you have to look for. Right, so trading. What are the basics for trading? So rule number one is make sure you have capital, okay? And capital meaning enough money in your account to trade a small amount, okay? So at the moment I've got $676 in that account. It's not huge money, but I'm only trading 1 to 2% of it at the moment. And the reason for that is this estimated liquidation price. That's the reason why we only trade 1 to 2%, which means you're stress-free. The most important thing about trading is to get rid of your greed, get rid of your fear. And the only way to do that is by making sure your liquidation is nowhere to be seen. So you're not going to worry about being 147% down on a trade or 30% down on another trade, because whereby you're up 80% on one and 99% on the other. It's just something you've got to bear in mind to not worry about. Okay, I've kind of touched on how I trade and taken into account all the things I've learned from all the traders I've followed and studied and watched and listened. And they are fantastic, like amazing market traders. You know, you've got the likes of Gareth Soloway, fantastic. Annie, TTC, Trade, Travel, Chill. Another one called M Whale. They're probably the 3 best traders I've come across on the internet, and I've taken on board every single one of their ways of trading to put it into my own way of trading. And I feel like I've definitely settled very well with that aspect of trading. Right, so to trade, I normally trade cryptocurrencies a lot of the time as well, and I use Blowfin at the moment. I will have a link for that at some point, so you just have to wait for that. If you want to join it, I'd appreciate it if you use my link, or you can just sign up. It's not a problem. I'm not really that bothered. I want to do this all for free. The other platform I use for traditional markets is Trading 212. Obviously, you can use any of your own platforms. That's completely up to yourselves. Okay, so today I'm going to show you how to trade. So on this side, you have your trading portfolio, you have your watch list, stocks, forex, and other lists if you wish. So this is my trading list, which has items that I'm looking to trade or would like to trade. There's a few in here. Sometimes you will delete some, you will keep some. So rule number one, capital. Make sure you have enough capital, and that will help you deal with your greed and your fear. Because once greed and fear come into play, you've lost. I've lost so many trades due to fear, due to greed, due to trying to make millions of dollars in the space of a short period of time. Patience. Rule number two, patience. So difficult. I've been training myself now for 4 years, you know, and the patience side of it is the one that you really, really have to work on. Right, so basics 101. Always zoom out. I like the weekly chart. I think it gives you such an amazing view overall. So rule number two, always zoom out. Because if you're looking at 15 minutes straight away, it's very difficult to determine what's going on. You'll see, oh, it's pumped, oh, it's gone. There's no chance in hell. But if you measure the measurement tool from the top to say where it pumped, it's a 23% move. But that's okay. And if you look at it on the weekly, you zoom out, then you can actually see where it's sitting. And it's had since April 21st, it's pumped sideways. Okay. And since it wicked up here, September 24, it's just been down, 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 down. So when you look at the overall view, had you have been watching this token around this time and you'd seen this huge candle wick here, which normally is called, which is not normally, sorry, it's called a reversal candle. That pretty much is telling you the probability is we're going down. Now imagine if you saw this and say you got into your trade here, 83%. Even if you carried on and kept it at 16%, times that by 20 on 20x leverage, great returns. If you get it down here and it pumps up here and you go, oh, we're coming back out, 41 times 20. So if I can get a calculator on here. Let me get a calculator. Get my online calculator. No, I don't like that. It's too small. Just want a simple calculator, please. I used to have one on here, but I don't know what. Oh, here we go, online calculator. I think this was the one, was it? Full screen. Here we go. Yeah, there we go. This is one I used. Right, so 41 times 20x leverage. You're looking at an 820% return. And yes, it would have taken you nearly a whole year. But that's worth it in my opinion. The weekly chart gets you in, and then the other lower time frames you can use to get you out. So this gives us an overall view of what we're looking at here. So obviously this is starting to move up and it's going sideways, and it's wicking up here, which means there's still some buying power. Now, the other tool you can use on the weekly chart is to draw your trend line from the top to here. So had you done that and you were like here, you would have seen it would have come out, would have stayed above, and then it would have given you a nice long trade. You probably would have said, right, it's not going below that. You also look at the other bits as well, where you put in a support line here, and it hasn't gone below that, it's stayed there. Yes, it's patience. You see, patience. And you go, okay, hasn't come back. It's a nice little wick. Even if you've got here, $198% move in the space of 3 months. If you held that, what is that times 20? Huh? 198? Probably better at maths than me, but I like to cheat, really. Oh, whoops. Let's try it again. 198 times 20, 3,960%, which is pretty much a 400x, is it? Let me see. So remember that figure? Say you built your position. It's now worth $100 on your margin. Plus, what was it? 390. Oh, that again. 3,900 was it? Put say cent equals plus 3,900% equals $4,000. So in the space of 3 months, you could turn $100 into $4,000. Okay, that is the benefits of trading with a clear head, no fear, no greed, relaxed trading, and patience will set you free. Okay, now if you've watched my videos over the last couple of weeks, you would have seen the trades that I've been taking. You see that I'm holding these babies. And I've been in this E&A long, which you can see down here. And obviously, as you can see, the margin's been added to. This has been what's 34, 3 times I've added to this margin, 3 times. And it lowered my entry. See, that is also an important thing. Okay. Right. Once that's moved out of your trend line there, then now if you're looking at it as it speaks today, you've got this. So now from the top there to that top, you can see it's probably likely to retest this area on the weekly, or it could come back down and retest here, but you just don't know. At the moment, it's kind of in what I would say a no man's land. So looking at it weekly, I probably wouldn't open a trade here at the moment. I'd see how it interacts up here, or if it comes down here and see what it does then you just wait. Now, this is where it gets interesting. You move to the daily chart. See that? It's trending here, really. Think about it on the daily. The daily chart has had a nice move up. It's hit there. It's not quite made it. And if it goes above here, then you've got a higher high. Higher high and higher lows are something that you can look into. So if I put this marker in here, this gives you an idea of where they are sitting. So very good. Actually, I need to just update the settings again to a 5. Make this a bit more accurate, to be fair. If I do it that way, oh, nearly lost the so 5 gives you a bit more of an accurate idea of where we're at. See that? Now, you could say this could look like what's called a head and shoulders pattern, which the higher lows are pretty much printing for you. Yes, it could. If this makes a shoulder here and it breaks this area here, then you're probably going to be the measurement of what they do with these is from the top to the neck. It's here. This is where they're saying it's likely to go, which would be below there, which is impossible. That's impossible. Anything, it probably retest that if the head and shoulders was to print, and it does follow that view. So you can look at shapes, head and shoulders. I love that shape more than anything else. And W's and M's, which are double bottoms and double tops, are very, very good. But we will cover the shapes another day. This is just looking at where's the resistance, where's the price sitting at the moment, what kind of movement have we got, where's the support line, where are we? Yeah, so the daily is telling me we're kind of in the middle of the move still here. Okay. Now, I like to put my trades in on the hourly candles. Everyone's different. Everyone likes to do their own thing. That's absolutely fine. But I like to trade with the hourly candle. Now, I have this fantastic indicator, which follows some moving averages, which gives me an indication of where to take my trade. Now, if you want the indicator, then you're going to have high volume trades and get it from MWell. There's an MWell indicator that I use. But you can, if you can't get that, there is another indicator you can use that pretty much is quite similar to it. So as you can see here, it's had a move above and closed above this indicator, which is the purple and yellow line, and I also like to have the 200-day moving average. So if I'm going to build a trade with this, knowing that Nairo has pumped 23%, I'm going to look to get a short in on this, because what goes up must come down. Of course it does. You've got your stochastic momentum indicator here, which is telling you where we're sitting. It's on the up, it's crossing down a little bit here. So at the moment on the hourly candle, everything is now telling me I could get a short trade here and I can build on this short trade. And that's what I've been telling you all about, because if you zoom out to the weekly chart, you could build your short trade going up to this line. Yeah. And there's your probability. It is most likely to come down. But if it doesn't and it goes up, that's fine. You're just going to build into it. So how do you build into it? Like I said, you're only going to invest 1 to 2% of your capital, which is your overall funds. Okay. Now, how you do this, I'll just do a market entry here. My stop loss will be sitting there, but it's not actually a stop loss. For me, this is my second entry. And I'll have this sitting here to take half, which means you've got 150% on half your margin profit taken. If it comes down here and it starts to go back up, then you can add to your margin and you'd increase your trading and profitability. Clever, isn't it? You tell me, yeah, it's clever. You're telling me. I get it. Now, you're probably asking, why do I set the stop loss around the 10% mark? Because on average, people trade with 10x leverage. So 10% move liquidates them. And most people are afraid to trade cross, which is what we'll be trading, is cross trading, which takes in your whole account into play, so it keeps you safe. Okay, remember that. All right. Now, what I'm going to do for you is I'm going to show you how this works over the course of a few days. If you log into my link in the description below for my Telegram group, log in there and I'll keep you updated on this trade. But this is how you do it. Okay. Now, if I zoom out a little bit, where is my resistance lines? I've got one here, I've got one here, and I've got the one up here. So it's like 3 resistant areas. It's already gone past this resistance area. It's coming down to retest it. And you've got one other one here, here, and here. So how do I map them out? Why do I say they're resistance? Because they're pretty much top of the price. This is now support. This is resistance number 1. I would say this is resistance number 2. And this is last resistance. So map that out and it tells me where the resistance lines are if you zoom out on the 1 hour chart like that. Yeah. Now, is Nero likely to keep moving up? Yes, of course it is. Of course it is. But this is what we call a chase trade. It's had a pump. When things have a pump, they're likely to come down. So if I put this trade in here, then off we go to enjoy the ride. So you've got to chase trade it. Now, if it does come up and hit your second entry, then your entry will be moved to about here. See that? Which means you've got a better entry. And then you've got to do is move it up to 15%. Because again, if people were to put in there, that would be your liquidation level. If people were to put a trade in around, if the price came up to here, yeah? And then that would be your third entry. And then watch what would happen here. And now you are sitting here. So your entry started here, moved about here, and now you're up here. It's entry number 3. And liquidation is still miles away from you because you're only trading 1 to 2% of your capital. Then set it again and look. Entry number 4 puts you right at this resistance. And then move this. And then you've built your trade. Happy days. And then obviously with the margin higher, it means your profits will be bigger. Remember, you must look at taking profits with half the money. And look at that, sits perfectly here on support level, because that will be with support. And you can take half your money back and some profit. Interesting, you say. Interesting. Yes, it is. It is quite interesting. I like it. I mean, if you look at this, if I was to go in now market trade, that 10% move is above that higher high, which is where most people put their stop losses. Like I said, it's not going to be a stop loss for us. It's going to be a second entry. Okay. Right. Now I'm going to take this trade so that you can see that it's actually happening in live. Understood? So I'm not just talking. Nero East. Here we go. Market. It only gives me 15x leverage. That's fine. So I want this to be. How much is it going to cost? I hate it when it doesn't give me that. Move this to USDT. That's better. So if I put 2%, 2%, that's what we'll go with. And then I'll put the market trade. Boom. Why is that saying 0? Strange. Let's put that in. Let's see. It's not on limit, is it? That's on market. Why has that not gone in? No, there we are. Margin $5. Nah, that's not what I want. Okay. 200. Why is that doing that? That's so weird. Not seen it do that before. So that would have been 5. Let's do 10%. I want my margin to be higher than that, thank you very much. Well, not quite that high. All right, doesn't matter. So there you go. There's the trade. I'm happy with that because I've still got a decent amount of money left in there. Liquidation at the moment is sitting at quite high. See, it's quite far away, and that's sort of how we like it. Tell you what, let me close that one. Don't like that one. Okay, we'll close that. Start again. So why does it won't let me put a price in? That's so annoying. Okay. Normally tells me what it is. That's really annoying. I do that. So strange. Out in Nero. Moved it this way around. On my phone, it's so much more simpler than this. Max 40,000. All right, fine. So 40,000. My phone is so much easier to use. Minus 2%, 800. Okay. Let's see what that does. Right, so I want 800 short. Confirm. Let's do this again. Come on, how much is my margin? $5. Annoying. Let's try 900 short. $10. I'm used to doing it on the internet. On my app, it's so much easier. There we go. That's what I want my margin to be. $12.50. Estimated liquidation is 55 cents. Do I look bothered? No, I don't. I really don't. Because, you know, the chance of it hitting there is ridiculously low. Right, so there we have it. It's in. Maybe that's the problem. Something wrong here. Nearer East USDT. Is there an issue with this token on Blowfin? Oh no, because there's your price there. It just all looks weird here, doesn't it? It's all cross. Yeah, strange. Let's have a little look on my phone because this just doesn't look right. God, I hate that when everything looks weird when you're trading. Let's see. It's looking all right. There's all the books on there. Strange. Right, okay. So that's the trade gone in. Let's look at the loss and profit already. Thanks. Our entry is 9371. So let's make that accurate. 9371. Come on. Okay. And then second entry will be here, 10354. Or I could put it up here. 10533. Let's do it that way. So limit 0.10533. That was it, wasn't it? 0.10533. Yep. 10533. And the margin 2000 Nero. 2000 Nero. Liquidation price. Cost 14. Nope. Now it's giving me a cost so I can actually see it. I did that to me earlier. There we go. It's about the same. And then there you go. There's a limit order placed. And like I said again, I'll move it to 15% up. And that's how you do it. And at the moment, if you are, obviously you haven't done this with me, so this is not live, but just to give you an idea of how this kind of trading works. So there we are. The Nero ETH USDT short has gone in. And then we will chase trade this and add to it as it gets higher. Okay? All right. So that's how you trade. Pretty much. Simple trading. Oh yeah. So put my 8681. I want to put that in there because what you want to do is take partial profit. So TP. Wait, where's the TP? I'm not used to doing this online. I do it on my phone, really. Where do you put the TP? That's annoying. I don't do this online, that's why. As you can, if I click on it, no. Where do I put my TP? Oh, this is so annoying. It's easier on my phone than it is on here. All right, fine. It's not making it easy online. So the app is so much better. So I'm going to add my partial TP. It's going to be partial. And that's going to be around, not around, but it's going to be that one, 8681, 0.08681. And that's going to be 50% of the amount. So it gives me 150% return on half the margin. So confirm. Happy days. That's it. So if it does come down to that point, then that's a nice little bit of money, and then it can always re-add to it if it goes back up, or you just add to the entry when it gets up here. I didn't realise this was so difficult online. Maybe it's over here somewhere, but I don't want to stop. Oh, there we are. Of course. Move it over there. There you are. That's annoying, isn't it? I want to delete that. I don't want that in there. Oh. Right. So yeah. Here we are. Happy days. We're in. That's so annoying why it did that. But there you go. Like I said, sometimes it's, I'm so used to using it on my phone. It's difficult when you're doing it like that. So do you get what I'm saying? So what have we learned today? Zoom out, find your resistance, support lines, so weekly chart, look at the daily, see where we're sitting at, go to the hourly candle, and put your trade in using the hourly candles for resistance lines as well, because that gives you an idea of how you're going to trade this. If an asset is pumped or dumped massively, it's actually most likely to go back the other way, because if it's pumped 20%, people are going to take the profit, so price is going to come down. And if it's dumped quite massively, people are going to start buying it up because they've obviously dumped it, made the money, and they're going to rebuy it up and entice people to come running back again. All right, that's that. Thank you so much for watching. I'll do another video on looking at how to look for shapes and more about trend lines as well. We'll cover all of that. So I hope you've enjoyed this. Please smash that like, hit subscribe, notification bell if you're enjoying this content. See you next time. Bye-bye.